We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined courtside by Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And it's Allie LaForce for us tonight on the sidelines. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Jusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, his impact on the glass is drifting downward. You know, sometimes as a player, your focus shifts. You redirect your energy toward other phases of the game, and that could be what's happening here. But obviously, it's a bit of a concern going forward.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Markkanen and Kessler man the post positions. Then it's Keontae George. Then there's Bailey. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2. And for the Nets, guard spots filled by Demon and Thomas. The post tandem, Porter Jr. and Claxton. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. What a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
Now, here's Porter. And the layup's good off the glass.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
And here's Utah. Pass to Sensabaugh. For the 3. Markkanen can't get it to go. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
If they're playing in their own building, they probably win that basketball game. The reality is it's a hard thing to win on the road in the NBA.
Here's Markkanen following the bucket by the Nets. Six to shoot. Inside, here's Kessler, and the rejection by Claxton. Porter against Kessler. Here's Demon. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Stolen by Kessler. In transition, here come the Jazz. And it's Bailey in the corner. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Yeah, tough start. 0 for 4. Just relax a little bit.
Here's Porter. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
That's a great beginning. 3 for 3 from the floor.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I was able to talk with Jordi Fernandez for a minute. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight, and he said we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Kevin?
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You take a look at the Nets. They've had a very slow start to the season so far. They're down in the bottom half of the conference. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Wow, Kessler punishing the rim on that finish.
Nets leading by 6. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the fore.
Yeah, Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Nets have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Demon. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Here's George. That one drops for him.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Demon. Pass to Thomas. Lets a floater go. Rebounded by Bailey. The Jazz have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Fires for 3, and the Jazz with another 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. Second, Ace Bailey.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
Brooklyn trailing. Here's Demon. Pass to Porter. And here is Thomas. And it's sent back by Kessler.
Boy, there is a reason this guy has led the league in blocks. Walker Kessler sent it back.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Jazz.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Here's Demon. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And Utah has possession. It's a 3-point game. George passes to Kessler. Pass to Markkanen. Launches it. No good that time. The Nets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Outside Thomas. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. Here's Claxton. He's covered by Kessler. George looking over the floor. Wants to get it to Kessler and does. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Sinks the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Nets trail by 6. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by George. Thomas with the steal. Pass to Demon. To the middle. Here's Porter. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now here's Markkanen. Oh, good on the 3.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Thomas. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Doris, whenever Cam Thomas gets the ball, you expect him to shoot it.
You do, Kevin. There's certain guys in the league that always have the green light, and Cam Thomas, one of those guys. This guy legitimately, on a nightly basis, can put up huge scoring numbers.
That free throw missing. GA, I've heard coaches talk about slicing the NBA schedule into 10-game increments. Is that something that you recall when you played?
Well, keeping focus on portions of a long season can keep players focused, especially during road trips. Big goals are reached through small steps.
Well, for Cam Thomas, obviously, the whole conversation about why he's in the league is his scoring ability. And I think the next step for him, he's got to start to be able to play make for his teammates.
Bailey with the ball. He's guarded by Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Sends the ball, no good. Nets trail by 3. Thomas kicks to Williams. The shot missing. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Sensabaugh. Now Bailey. From deep, George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Nets trail by 4. At the elbow, Williams. Here's Demon. Defended by George. Pass to Claxton. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And again, no good by Brooklyn. For Utah, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Michael Porter. Averaging 23 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
Here's Demon. Pass to Clowney. Right side, Thomas. Shoots the 3. Rebound, Utah. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
One of the things that you know when you miss free throws is you're giving the team opposite you all the momentum. You're failing to capitalize on their mistakes. Boy, his shot looks deadly right now. Already he's hit 3 of 4 to start.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. Screen by Nurkic. Bailey with a wide open look. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Brooklyn's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. And the shot goes in. The Jazz trailing. Outside, marking it. Pass to Bailey. Outside, marking it. The 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 6th rebound on the night. Williams with the ball. Bailey picks him up. Clowney, good.
Well, you allow a shooter of his caliber to get that good a look and good night.
Jazz trail by 4. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And Utah has possession, trailing by 4. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Collier, knocks down the 3 ball.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Mann, following the 3-pointer by Utah. Here's the screen. Into the lane. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Pass to Nurkic. 1:44 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Hendricks. And another three for Utah.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Here's Saroff. Nothing on the board. To the inside. Here's Sharp. Rebound by Nurkic. Here's Hendricks. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And going back a bit, the Nets regaining a lot of their draft picks, Doris, from the Rockets. One of the more interesting trades that we've seen.
Well, they gave away a ton of those picks to acquire James Harden when they believed they had a championship window. And now in recovering them, Brooklyn able to benefit from the draft to try to position themselves for that all-important rebuild.
And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
Good on both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Here's Mann, defended by George. Pass to Saroff. Shot clock at 6. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Mann can't hit. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
But let's see how they play the clock.
Nurkic the pass to Mikhaili. No good on the triple. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Saroff. Still yet to score. Lays it up and banks it in. Saroff's got it all tied up now for the Nets. "20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to George. Nurkic setting the pick for George. And Nurkic the bucket on the assist by George. And the Jazz lead by 2.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Saroff. No good on the last second attempt there. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Jazz up by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
Burnett shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Torrey is out there with Terrence Mann. Then it's Sharp, then it's Porter. And it's Highsmith in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 prospect in his high school class, and he said, growing up, basketball was easy for me. It was like, say, going up an elevator. But after my injuries, it's like climbing the stairs. It's like I'm walking in my purpose through this. More than if everything had just been smooth. Kevin?
Thank you, Allie. Brooklyn with the ball, following the three-pointer by Utah. And here's Sharp. Right through the D for the layup. Sharp's got his first points in this one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Collier. Here's McKayler. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Utah Jazz. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against Chet Holmgren and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And for that game against the Warriors, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
The Nets making a switch here. Conley's checked in. In transition, here come the Jazz. The three from George. And Utah, another three.
And developing that three-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. On the wing, Porter. Buries it down low. Porter's got 8 points.
Listen, we know this guy has got a solid offensive arsenal. You've got to stay on point defensively.
Here's Collier. 6 points for him. Pass to McKayler. Outside for George. And Utah, another three.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Highsmith. Scoreless thus far. Rebounded by the Jazz. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. George with the bucket. And now a 9-point Jazz lead.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Now, man on the wing, Porter. Fires the three. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Every team wants bigs who can knock it down from distance. Yes, sir.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull-up, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
Thomas checked in for Brooklyn. And Utah with a change here, too. Markkanen's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for Brooklyn. It's Sharp, top of the key. Down low, here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
And we are seeing the makings of a masterpiece here, guys, from Porter. A threat to score from anywhere within the half court.
Jazz leading by 6. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Filipowski, that falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. The Nets have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Pass to man. Launches a 3. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. And now the fast break. George with the ball.
Name a type of shot Keontae George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw, no good.
At 6'4", guys, Keontae George brings both length and athleticism to both guard positions, and you love that on the defensive end, he can guard multiple as well.
Now here's Williams. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Chicago. easy 2 points on the layup.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Jazz leading by 7. Outside, George. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Rebounded by the Nets.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Porter finds man. Jacks up a 3. And the Nets miss again. Utah's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
Yeah, this is why people like to play with Mr. Markkanen. This guy is a solid passer out of that forward spot.
Nets trail by 9. Outside Thomas. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Porter. Back to Williams. Fires from deep. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Now Thomas, after Lauri Markkanen misses from long range. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And that sends Cam Thomas to the free throw line. Keontae George picks one up. The Nets shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Demon, he's checked in for Terrence Mann. The Jazz also changing it up. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Nurkic. And Bailey subbed in for Mikhailuk.
You have to appreciate the strides Cam Thomas is making as a player. His confidence is growing. He attacks without hesitation. Lots to come with this guy.
Now, here is George. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston. Good defense by Claxton. George against Porter. Count the basket. Porter's got 15.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup.
And checking out the numbers
For Cam Thomas.
the past month has been surreal. Averaging about 24 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
This guy's been impressive this quarter, putting his team on his back.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Free throw good. Porter.
And you can tell Porter Jr. wants to keep getting better. And that's one reason why this team is still so high on him.
George passes to Kessler. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Markkanen. Just 5 on the clock. Now Kessler. Over Demon. And nothing is falling for him right now. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
Utah leading. Markkanen's got space. Releases from the wing and drills it. Markkanen's got 6.
This guy, not just a standstill shooter. Markkanen can put it on the deck and create with his footwork and mobility off the bounce. That's beautifully done.
Here's Demon. He's got 9. Thomas with the steal. Pass to Williams. Over George. Rebound, Utah. Bailey's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter. Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Nets trail by 6. And here's Thomas. Outside Williams. Pass to Porter. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Thomas, that's good.
Cam Thomas is a guy who is always shot ready. Nice catch and shoot there.
There's the screen. Three-pointer, Markkanen. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Demon. Outside for Thomas. Buries the long-range jumper. Now just a 1-point Jazz lead.
Feels like he has played a little more under control here in the second.
Pass to Kessler. Back to George. 5 on the clock. Markkanen finds Kessler. Thomas grabs the rebound. Brooklyn's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Here's Demon. 9 points in the game so far. To the paint. Here's Claxton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And such a valuable guy to this team's rotation, Doris. Nick Claxton is important.
You know, Kev, I'll tell you one thing. This guy brings a ton of energy. He's willing to battle for loose balls, for rebounds. On the defensive end, you know he can make an impact. There's incredible length. And I still think a ceiling that he can get to.
And the Nets making a change here. Bonnie's checked in. Collier, he's checked in for Utah.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
Nick Claxton, to me, guys, one of those great energy guys. You know what you can expect from him night after night. Incredible effort defensively, shot blocking, and a vertical threat at the rim on the offensive end.
Now, here's Markkanen. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Pass to Kessler. Markkanen looking it over. The 3. And Bailey gets it to go on the assist by Markkanen. And it's 9 points for Ace Bailey.
Boy, that's just inviting trouble. Defensively, you simply can't give him that much space.
Screen by Claxton. It's intercepted. Going inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Claxton. .144 left to play in the first half. In the corner, it's Kessler. Shot clock at 5. Here's Sensible. Rebounded by the Nets. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Pass to Claxton. Here's Demon. 9 points in the game so far. It's good from long range. Williams has got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
Well, this offense certainly thrives when he's knocking those down.
Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Bailey with the ball. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. 44 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside Williams. Pass to Clowney. Here's Demon. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Boy, in the lane, making things happen. Nice effort.
Fast break points aside, they've had a tough time offensively.
Yeah, trust is what they're missing, guys. You've got to keep moving the ball and shoot with confidence. Ultimately, things will happen well when you play together.
Now here's Williams. He's covered closely. Pass to Claxton. Just 3 on the clock. No good on the layup. And so it's Michael Porter making things happen for Brooklyn. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll return shortly.
Welcome to our 2K Sports Studio. The Brooklyn Nets find themselves in quite a battle here tonight.
They found an advantage in the painted area, and they're exploiting it. I just say keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, please don't fix it.
And now it's time to bring up the Players of the Month in the NBA. For the Western Conference, Victor Wembanyama.
Everything's coming together for him. Obviously, the points are there. But even when Wemby isn't scoring, his defense completely changes games.
Shaq, he's living proof that aliens are among us.
I thought I was the only one that thought that.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Michael Porter.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. And so in the game for the Jazz, Markkanen and Kessler man the post position. Then there's Bailey. Then it's George. And it's Sensabaugh in at the shooting guard. And that one drops. And 11 points for Ace Bailey.
It's not just the decision-making, it's the ability to put the pass where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. Mr. Markkanen, well done, sir.
Here's Demon. Pass to Thomas. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Thomas got 11 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Sensabaugh. Back to Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Here's Williams. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Well, a late first-round pick, Doris, back in 2022. Walker Kessler proving he was a sleeper. He has shown a lot for sure.
Oh, no question about it, Kevin. We are talking about a guy who's got size. He's consistent on the backboards. But there's an offensive arsenal there that maybe was a bit unexpected. Obviously, we've seen Lauri Markkanen make a considerable leap. This guy goes from role player to all-star talent.
Utah leading. George passes to Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by George. 9 points in the game so far.
Boy, how about that pass? He put it right where it needed to be.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Claxton, a screen on George. Pass to Claxton. Porter outside. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Let's take a look at the numbers for Cameron Thomas.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
A 3 off the inbound. Demon, that's good. Demon's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
George passes to Bailey. Jazz passing it around. Now here is George. Pass to Sensabaugh. 4 on the clock. Goes up to the stripe. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, the Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Back to you, Kevin.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's Sensabaugh. 6 points for him. 3-pointer, Markkanen. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Demon. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Outside, George. Pass to Sensabaugh. Now Kessler. Inside. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Well, Kessler, a team-first guy, someone who's very willing to give up the ball when he sees a chance.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Claxton, a screen on George to the inside. And it's sent back by Kessler. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Here's George. He's got 11. Pass to Sensabaugh. Back to George. Here's Bailey. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Porter, bounce pass. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Porter. And before you now are the rookies on a roll. The hottest shooters in the last 10 games. And you look at Demon. So solid around the basket. Currently 3rd in the league. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Pass to Bailey. Rebound, Brooklyn. Williams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Now Thomas. Here's Demon. Now Porter. He's guarded by Markkanen. 5 to shoot. Here's Thomas. And it's sent back by Kessler.
This guy is a constant threat on the defensive end. Send it back, Walker.
For the lead. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Kessler's got 6. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Jazz.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Utah has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. George with the ball. Now Thomas defending.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
The Jazz have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Back to George. Pass to Bailey. Just 4 to shoot. Takes the 3. The rebound by Demon.
Still looking for his first triple of the half. He had 3 at the break.
Stolen away. Here's the break. Up the floor. Rebounded by the Nets. Porter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside, George. Big coming. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Kessler passes to Markkanen. Count that one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Zadivi, after winning the Most Improved award back in 2023, it's been hard for Markkanen to reach that level again.
I think one thing that happens, Kevin, when you become the focal point of the opponent's scout, you're getting the best defender, you might be getting multiple defenders, and that takes some time to adjust to.
That free throw good for Markkanen.
What I'm always impressed by, guys, is Markkanen's versatility. The guy can face up and make jump shots. He can be enough of a presence on the interior that you're very comfortable with him in this modern NBA game.
Demon, 2 points. That one goes. Demon's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Well, right to the rim. If there's a size advantage, you attack immediately.
So it's the Jazz now. Pass to Kessler. Down low. And finished off by Bailey.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Demon. He's got 18. Porter, no luck. Here's Bailey. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Mann's checked in for Brooklyn. The Jazz have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And so Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Lauri Markkanen? Averaging 23 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Now, here's Thomas. 11 points in the game. Outside, Porter. Wide open look. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Back to George. Here's Bailey. He's guarded by Williams. To the middle. And Kessler throws it down.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Nets trail by 5. Thomas down low. And here is Williams, defended by George.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And the basket by Bailey. Nets shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Outside, Williams lets it go from deep. Buries it from three-point range. Williams has got 13 points.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Markkanen from outside. Drains the three-pointer. And the Jazz lead by 7.
Boy, this guy has been absolutely outstanding this quarter. You love what he's doing out there right now.
Man passes to Thomas. Porter in the corner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Outside, George for three. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Here's Collier. He has 6. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Filipowski, he's checked in for the Jazz. Outside Wilson. Pass to Clowney. Clock at 6. Sharp. Rebound, Utah.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
Here's Mikhailuk. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Out to the right wing. Here's Hendricks. Another miss by Utah.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Highsmith. Off target with his 3. Jazz leading by 5. Hendricks passes to Collier. With some arc. Pass to Hendricks. Three-pointer. He's off on that one. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Here's Clowney. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Nets have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. The first one falls. And so he hits both.
This is a guy who'll happily go to the line if that's what the defense wants to give him.
Here's Collier. 6 points for him. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Hendricks. Can they get it? They get it again. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Nets trail by 3. Outside Wilson. On the wing, man. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Man's got 5 now.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough space to get the shot off. Nicely done.
Tie game in Brooklyn. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. The Jazz shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Then it's Terrence Mann. Then it's Sharp. And it's Highsmith in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Porter. Count it. The defender is called for the block, and this could turn into a three-point play.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
The mid-range game has been there for them all game long, and that old-school approach still getting it done in this one.
They've also made a concerted effort to get the ball down low. Many of their points coming in that painted area tonight.
Free throw good. Porter. Jazz trail by 3. Screen by Nurkic. Out left to the wing. Mikhailuk hands it from downtown.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Man with it. Pass to Highsmith. Here's Clowney. Power down with both hands.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Collier to the paint. Now Filipowski. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gas like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Nets shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. And with the bounce pass. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Utah trailing here. Pass to Collier. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Man with it. Over Collier. And that one comes up a bit short.
I'll tell you, he has not been at his best, but they're winning, and that's all that matters.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Porter passes to Highsmith. And here's Sharp. Outside Porter, just 5 to shoot. Here's Highsmith. Drains it from beyond the arc. Highsmith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Jazz trail by 5. Outside, George. Pass to Collier. Puts up a deep 3. Clowney pulls it in. Brooklyn leading by 5. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Porter finds Man. Here's Clowney. His three-pointer's off the mark. Jazz have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Man. Outside Porter. The 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Porter's got the lead up to 8 now for Brooklyn. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Another miss by Utah. And here's Brooklyn. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Mann. Pass to Highsmith. Here's Clowney. There's the 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Nurkic has got 11 rebounds in the game.
Well, Keontae George demonstrating right there he's a team-first guy. Teammate open, you put it where it needs to be.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Both teams will make substitutions. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Brooklyn with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Claxton a screen on George. Thomas finds Claxton. That misses off the backboard. Jazz trail by 6. Right side George. Over Thomas. Rebound Brooklyn. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Mann. Here's Claxton. Nails the baby hook. And the Nets lead by 8.
Well, the defense has got to find a way to keep Claxton off the backboards because this is just a mental mistake, letting him get to that board.
Now, here's Markkanen. From outside, off the mark. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Mann gets the bucket.
They'll be with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Markkanen with it, guarded by Porter. Inside. Outside for George. Here's Mikhailuk. He's guarded by Williams. Releases. Mikhailuk can't get it to go.
This guy does not love to operate in the mid-range, and it showed right there.
And the foul's on Mikhailuk. That'll be his second foul of the game for the Jazz. Walker Kessler comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Bailey subbed in for Mikhailuk. Mann passes to Williams. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. It's a 14-point game. Kicks it out to Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Boy, after making 1 3 in the first half, he's knocked down 2 in the second.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Outside Thomas. He's looking for Claxton and finds him. Back to Thomas. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to George. Here's Sensabaugh. And Utah, another 3.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give you.
Porter, a screen on George. Outside Thomas. On the wing, Porter. He's guarded by Markkanen.
Well, trying to reply to the three on the other end just doesn't go down for him.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Demon, he's checked in for Terrence Mann. Pass to Sensabaugh. Now Kessler. Outside, George. Over Demon. Here's Kessler. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 16th rebound on the night. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two. And that one falls for Williams. And he makes both free throws.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Now, here's George. Pass to Kessler. Now George from the arc. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. Porter's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
To the inside. Here's Demon, and he makes good on the layup. Demon's got 20.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And the Jazz with possession here. After the basket by Brooklyn. Outside, Markkanen. It's good from long range. 22 points for him.
Whatever the range is, Lauri Markkanen has it. He is such a sweet shooter.
Pass to Claxton. Now here's Porter. Thomas inside. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
Boy, if he ever finds his footing, they'll be in even better shape. Right now, his teammates carrying him. This guy just simply can't find his rhythm, and sometimes that happens.
All right, here's Williams, and it's off. Here's Sensabaugh. And the rejection by Claxton. Now Markkanen takes the three. Thomas pulls it down.
If you're trying to make a comeback, that is the kind of shot that doesn't help.
Yeah, count it.
I'm not sure how we define a difficult finish for Cam Thomas. This guy finds a way through contact.
Now, here is George. Shoots the three. That does not go. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter.
Wow, how about Claxton getting that defender committed with the pump fake? Really good job.
And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Jazz trail by 12. Outside, George. And get the three.
We call that lockdown perimeter defense against an excellent three-point shooter.
And that one is good.
Don't you feel like Cam Thomas loves making tough twos? In that instance, he makes the two and gets the end one.
LDB, something that never seems to go away during the season is chatter about trades.
And Kevin, what makes this so interesting is that very often fans of this league are as interested in trades, who's coming and going, as they are in the results of their team. It's a little intrigue that everybody wants a piece of.
And here's George.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nets.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Michael Porter.
Boy, he makes it look easy, almost like he was just hanging out in the gym practicing today. That's how good it was.
They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
Out of bounds, Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. From deep. Sharp. Oh, the slam dunk.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Here's Collier after the basket by Brooklyn. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now, man. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 4 on the clock. The long three. Nurkic there for the rebound. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Michael Porter.